Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's live album reaction, well, an EP reaction. We're going to be reacting to Fish Juice, which I believe Brett is a fan of. Tell me if you're not. Fish Juice EP. Just to let you guys know that if you have a reaction for us, it could be any album. Just drop us a nice little donation and we will guarantee and prioritize that for you. All the information can be found down below in the description. So let's share the screen and get this show on the road. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Brett, you should be able to see the screen now. Yes, no?
Yep.
Okay, so we're reacting to Fish Juice by Jade Cicada. So are you looking forward to it, would you say? The 4 songs, only 4 songs. Fish Juice, Dusty Lungs, More Cowbell and Wire Skulls. That bit of you?
Yeah, I mean, great names. Oh my god, there's lots of different feelings come through with those sort of titles there. It's good to see we got Fish Juice on the EP as well. That's always nice to see. Again, we haven't done it before. I'm trying to, because obviously you've given me no indications on this one. I'm trying to look at the album cover to see if we can get any hints of genres and anything like that. No, literally got Fish on the screen. I haven't even got a feeling of genre for this one. I hope this is a real unusual one, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, very intrigued. As you say, you can't, in the nicest possible way, we some say, you can't go too wrong with such a short EP. What's the worst? Lose, was it 15 minutes?
15 minutes of our lives,
of my time listening.
All right, then. Well, let's go for it.
Into it.
I won't say any more. We'll just get on with it. Brett, tell me if you can hear.
We control transmission. We control transmission.
Okay, that was fish juice. So do you mind if I go first?
Oh yeah, great. I generally thought you were going to go. "Yeah, you start. Go and tell us what you think." No, happy to go first on this one.
Yeah, so I think throughout that I was trying to sort of imagine who would listen to this and in what sort of setting, because it's like dance music kind of thing. That sort of, I don't know how you describe it, like techno dance, but it's not fast enough to be danced to. So I just can't quite get my head around sort of who would listen to this and in what sort of situation. Obviously, I know there could be just people that, I don't know, might like this and just listen to it when they're on a train or on a bus or whatever. I don't know, but I just can't. Yeah, struggling to kind of find the right setting for it. And yeah, as for the sort of the song, if you like, it was a bit of a mishmash of things. There was sort of like some random sort of voices, sort of like there was going to be rap, but it was just randomly thrown in. So I don't know what to make of that. It was just a bit, yeah, kind of bewildered by it. Kind of just can't understand what it is. Did I like it? Not really. Did I hate it? No. It was all right. Just listening to it, I can bear it, but I don't know. I just don't really understand what it is. What about you?
Yeah, I'll try and go on the sort of point and finish there in terms of, for me, like it's kind of under a little bit of the category of artistic. So it's kind of when you look at a painting, it kind of doesn't make sense and looks a bit weird and a bit out there. But you kind of also kind of appreciate what's trying to be done, and there's probably elements if you look at little bits of it. It was quite good, quite nice, because generally a lot of that I actually quite enjoyed. What I couldn't get my head around was the random noise and whatever in here. If you've got like a long tube and you hit the edge of it in a certain way, and it makes that kind of sort of echoey, kind of wingy kind of noise. But when that was being done, it was sort of so offbeat or so so random. It just really off-putting. Because otherwise, I could see myself listening to the rest of that kind of sort of. Is it psychedelic? I suppose it is a little bit. I guess that sort of artistic side, psychedelic, sort of chill out. And as you said, yeah, it's kind of like trying to be dance, but it's like that sort of chill out, kind of style lounge. Remind me there. So yeah, apart from the random tube hitting, it could have been a bit of potential in that one there. So I'm very intrigued. Yeah, what the rest of the songs are going to be like, and it's funny how we try and look at that one and generally couldn't put a genre to it, and it shows why, because it feels like already in this first song something very unique in some ways.
Yeah, so the next one is Dusty Lungs, and this one also has a featured artist, Chris
Oh, okay.
Carnes. Brett, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, let's go for it. Okay, so Brett's going to take us through Dusty Lungs.
Oh my word. Okay. Yeah, so in line with like the first one, so the whole sort of artistic, psychedelic kind of thing there. So last one I sort of picked up on this sort of hitting a tube, long big tube against the edge of itself to make a noise. This one, I've got written down here, the sound if an MRI is being used on like a pregnant lady and you hear the sort of inside of a womb kind of sounds we had sort of there, I got in there. Then I had the sounds of a zip going up and down really, really quickly, which slowly turned into more sort of scratching of an EP, not an EP,
Vinyl.
vinyl. Sorry, but mainly the zip going up and down there. But yeah, at the same time, despite all that, I found myself really
Enjoying it.
I don't know if join is the right word, but more maybe along the lines of like invested in terms of trying to really listen because I don't know what I might miss and what might come out from it. And then this whole sort of period of it where we've done before when we got introduced to a bit of like space rock. Do you remember where we had these sort of nice sort of space sound things? This just feels like a totally different galaxy, like a different planet and alien noise and all sorts. Just it's either the most incredible, well thought out things together, or it's Jade is just taking us for a ride, and just in the sense of, yeah, you know when people say, "Oh, this is on," they've just thrown stuff against phone, but just throwing stuff together and go, "This is music. This is like a new style of like electric, weird music." It's amazing, so much, but they're just he or she all day. They've just, I know, yeah, just fun. I could do this for a laugh. That's kind of how I felt with it there. But like I said, I was intrigued by it all. So yeah, sorry, that's my sort of a lot of emotions came out just by listening to that one track, which is probably what the intention was.
So did you like it?
I said that it's hard. I mean, in the sense of, I was listening. It wasn't like I turned off by it, or it's provoked an emotion in me. So whether like or not, it's done its job. That's probably better than just having no interest or something that's really just boring. So
yeah,
yes, I like it in that sense. At least it's like I said, invoking something in me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the sound that I associated it with was like as you said, scratching like a vinyl. Heard that pretty much throughout. It was kind of like not a lot going on, but yet there was a lot going on as well. I think when I say not a lot going on in the sense of the sound was pretty consistent throughout, but little things were happening within that. Whereas I think with the first track, it was a bit more varied, different things happened with it. So, yeah, I don't really know what more to say. Again, it's like, again, like I was kind of listening out for sort of different sounds. I didn't want to miss anything. But yeah, I still can't sort of quite get my head around it. I think this one I felt this one was a little bit more dancey than the first one. I still don't think this was particularly dancey, but I could imagine it's sort of maybe, like, if you've been heavy on it on a like a sort of like sort of Shoreditch in London, that's kind of vibe, that kind of place, and like 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, what they call it, like an all night, like I can't remember what it's called, like
an all night club,
basically all night. I can imagine this being played sort of very late, or would it be very early? Kind of, yeah, you know what I mean, right? Like 6-7 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know, people are tranced out, whatever, I don't know, or drugs or whatever. I can imagine sort of people, this being played. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, which is more cowbell. Okay, so I'm more interested in what you've got to say actually, because you seem to be very creative with this, with different sort of sounds you're picking up and imagining something being, I don't know, hit or something like that. Yeah, I mean for me,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, go on. What were you going to say?
So I thought you were going to hand over to me, or if you were going to get me to go first again this one. You were just saying
No,
intrigued to hear what I had to say.
I'll go first, but I think everyone wants to hear what you've got to say more than me. But yeah, I mean, it sounded like cowbells were being played there throughout, I guess. Yeah, well, it didn't really seem too different, really, from I suppose the other tracks, and I don't really know what else to say. It's difficult. Like I say, you seem to be more creative with this. You seem to be more focused and being able to pick up more on things. For me, it's a bit just, I don't know, just the sound. I don't think this one was quite as dancey maybe as the previous one. But again, maybe because we're on the third track now, maybe it is losing its novelty value a little bit. I think when we first started, it was like, oh, what is this? But because on the third one now, we kind of know what to expect. And maybe I wasn't able to concentrate in the same way as I was like with the first two, I would say. So it's losing me a little bit, I'm losing interest in this a little bit, I'd say, based on that third track. What about you?
Yeah, it's a really good point actually. The fact that we're in the third song, we kind of know what to expect. We know it's going to be weird and so it's probably losing its novelty a tiny bit there. I think I froze just a bit at the start there, so I don't know if I missed much of the start there. I don't feel like I did. But yeah, we had the title Cowbell, and I wonder how quickly before we hear the bell sound or cowbell sound, and it was right at the start. So yeah, that was the hitbox there, and obviously it came throughout as well. We had my favourite, the pipes being hit as well, if I do. But overall, yeah, listen, this is still in light as the same as the other two tracks. But I did feel with this one, it felt a bit more organised than the other two tracks. The other two, maybe because I'm just more, when you said you put maybe more just used to it, more expecting it. I felt like the other two, especially the first one, just felt so random. This one kind of kept to a sort of way, I guess, but still extremely random. I just had this vision of getting into it. An alien now, so keeping with that alien thing, but an alien who's just landed and trying to become a DJ. This is their way, like he's trying to understand what DJing is, and this is their attempt of being a DJ. It was subtle. So we had in the first one subtle voices coming through. This one, we had the same sort of voices coming through, but this one felt more like American hip hop.
Yeah.
Kind of style of voice. I don't know how to explain it. It just had that feeling to it, and that's what made me think about the sort of alien just sort of like picking up like ChatGPT trying to be a DJ, just picking up random thing. What started with hip hop? Yeah, let's throw that bit there, and using these alien sounds, and so I would say it probably is my favourite one so far. But it's still evoking lots in me, as it can tell. So I'm still very intrigued against what this last one could be. We're gonna have very similar, or we're gonna have something. Could this be an experimental track of the album?
Let's go for it then. Okay, that was Wire Skulls. So, yeah, Brett, take it away. Can't hear you, sir. Hello, hello, hello. We can't hear you. Can you unmute? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, sir. Can you unmute? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. You can hear me. Can you unmute? Do you speak English? You can't unmute. Why can't you unmute, you silly boy? Press the mute button. That will unmute you. Oh, absolute shenanigans going on here. He can't unmute. Where's he gone? I'm pressing all these... Here we go. He's back. Right. Let me see if I can unmute you. I can mute you, but I don't think I can unmute you. But you're already muted. So I've double muted you. Oh my God. What a disaster. Backstreet Brett is playing up, everybody. So what I'll do is I will go first whilst whilst Brett figures out how to unmute. I guess. Is that the best way to go about it? Shall I go first or... Yeah? You can type it then if you want. Why don't you start typing? We'll put it in the chat. Everyone can read it. It's the last song anyway, so... can't hear a word you're saying. So for me, that was my favourite track, I would say, out the four. I just felt with this one, it felt quite relaxing, I would say. A bit more, just more chilled than the others. It just had a nice sort of feel to it. It is the longest track, so when it started, I was like, okay, it's very slow, like I'm waiting for it to get going. And it did eventually get going, but it still remained quite sort of low key and soft. There were a lot of sounds. Oh, he's unmuted. he finally found out how to press the button. Well done. Right, so I was saying that, yeah, it had a lot going on, this one, and I quite liked it. All sorts of different sounds to pick up on, which I'm sure Brett's going to do a really good job of explaining with his imagination. But yeah, sort of like wooden blocks sort of hitting them, and sort of like an underwater kind of feel. I think with the album being called Fishbowl, it was like, I could imagine it being like in a, not so much a fishbowl itself, but like underwater. It had that kind of feel to it. In fact, there was a water sound. There was a little splash at one point as well. So I did quite like this one. I definitely say this would be my standout of the four. I think it just had that nice sort of feel to it. Quite a lot going on, but different sounds to listen to and enjoy, and it just felt quite low key and was able to sort of relax to it, whereas the others were a little bit more upbeat, still not maybe upbeat enough to be real dance tracks, but this one was a bit more to my liking. What about you, Backstreet Brett?
Yeah, so I was sort of joking, wasn't I? Just before we listened to it, you know, could this be like an experimental track? I generally thought we'd have the same. And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of similarities, but yeah, this undercurrent of like really relaxed, chilled start. This is going to sound really niche, but there was a song that we both liked when we did an album review back in like probably 2020, one of the first ones. So, do you remember like the song Nightly by, it was like
Robot Cop.
Robot, yeah.
Yeah, I still listen
Nightly
to it.
song, the start of that. Yeah, really a sort of kind of out of this world, surreal, relaxing kind of, and that's what got there. Obviously, as we got halfway, it kind of went back to its normal, with, yeah, the pipes being hit there. And yeah, I totally forgot that sort of whole underwater kind of thing. We definitely had some water sounds on this one. And just great, yeah, it's not a fish, I know it's a fish bowl on the album, but yeah, it's a fish juice rather than a fish bowl. But
Oh, yeah.
I think there's fish and elements, there's all things in there. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad this was the last track of this very short EP. Because I feel like, purely because this was probably my favourite one, and I say my favourite one, I think just that first part, the first half of this song, was definitely the most enjoyable with that one there. Yeah, still very surreal. It kind of goes back around to the sort of the first question that you answered, you asked about in terms of like what settings, who'd be listening to this, because especially even with this one, where it's got even a more relaxed feel to it. Like the others, you can imagine late night, Shoreditch, potentially. This one, even less so, kind of has a real. I suppose it was a bit more relaxing. You could just be in your house relaxing to it. Overall, just a real strange sensation of sounds. But a lot of it, as I said in parts, for all the songs, there were elements that I really did quite like and enjoy. It just had a few where it was maybe just trying to be a bit too different, a bit too experimental, and a bit too out there. But if it wasn't, it would just be the same as any other thing. So got to praise some sort of differences and creativity in different parts as well. I think it's just a piece of art that we just are not a fay with and not um, able to really explain, understand too well. Really, we just don't get it.
Yeah, good sum up there. I think for me, it's not really my cup of tea. Yeah, it's very, I suppose, artistic, but that, like you said, that kind of sort of like modern art where you kind of look at it, like a picture or something of something. What the hell's that? It's just a mishmash of things. So, but yet somebody who has an eye for that would be able to appreciate it more. And I think it's the same with this. It's not that I disliked it. I just didn't. I can't explain it. So I kind of enjoyed listening to it, just because it's quite novel, I suppose, for us. 4 tracks, no problem. But I wouldn't choose to listen to this. I wouldn't listen to it again. I wouldn't put this onto a playlist. I think that like I said, by the 3rd track, kind of lost its, for me, sort of. I lost my way with it, I suppose, if you like, or lost my concentration a little bit. However, that 4th track put things back on track, and I was able to give my full attention to it, and I quite like that 4th track. So yeah, it was a different one. Like I said, quite enjoyed listening to it in from one side, but just not really something that I can fully appreciate and understand. So there we go. That is, what's it called? Not fish tank, fish juice. Summed up and listened to. So guys, thank you for listening, and we'll see you again for the next one. Take care. Goodbye.